from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
Imagine having the home of your dreams. Imagine investing in that piece of property you can call your own. Imagine finally doing that home improvement project you've always been thinking about. It's time to stop imagining and start doing. Let the GUT Credit Union help you take the first step with fantastic rates, affordable repayments, and reduced legal fees. Make the move. Get better terms on your mortgage. Use your home equity to make those dreams a reality. Act now. There's really no place like home. GUT Credit Union. It's where you belong.
This is the GBN Television News for Friday, August 6th. 2021. I'm Trellona Charles. In the headlines tonight, Grenada's Olympic hero collects his third Olympic medal in Tokyo Friday morning. Finance Minister Gregory Bowen warns that the rising gas prices may affect citizens' bills. More than 2,000 e-learning devices to be distributed to primary school students next week. Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority embarks on anti-litter campaign this weekend. In tonight's GBN's entertainment, we look at the issue of peer influence. In our One Caribbean hookup, Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonsalves, is released from hospital after receiving a head injury from the hands of a protester. And COVID-19 Delta variant forces more restrictions and frustrations across Asia. And coming up in sports, another Grenadian athlete is making his mark as Tokyo Olympic Games climax. Details right after this message.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Good evening. This is GBN's News at 7. Kirani James has now collected the full set of medals on the 400 meters at the Olympics as he received his bronze medal during the medal ceremony on Friday. James made history in the finals of the 400 meters at the Tokyo Olympic Games by becoming the first quarter miler to win 3 Olympic medals. It was another proud moment for Grenada to witness the medal ceremony on Friday morning. Kirani looking regal in his Olympic uniform and Grenadian-themed mask.
Grenada, via the efforts of Kirani James, can now boast of having 3 Olympic medals, 1 for each of the last 3 consecutive games. The question that immediately follows is, will Kirani be around for the next Olympic Games in Paris? His coach Harvey Glantz confirmed the future prospects during the online Talk Sports program with Michael Boscombe on Thursday.
We are geared for Paris. We feel like this right here was a journey that was unprecedented, but we also feel that 2 or 3 years of his life is been on reserve as far as his athletic prowess.
Kirani James took to the medal podium on Friday to receive his 3rd Olympic 400-meter medal, this time in the form of bronze after capturing the 3rd spot in the 400-meter finals. Loads of praise and appreciation continue to be heaped upon Kirani as well as his coach, having captured an Olympic medal following his battle with Graves' disease from 2017 to present. Humility and character normally shown took on a new interest as social media erupted even with Prime Minister Dr. Kit Mitchell for his simple act of taking the Bahamian flag off the ground and covering the 400-meter champion Stephen Gardner.
No, like when we were in the section, I could hear some of his folks from his country, his coaches and all, they were saying like, don't let the flag touch the ground, don't let the flag touch the ground. And just instinctively, I just took it and I put it around it. He was already sitting, he already had the pose for it, so I just put it around him.
Grenada's premier athlete simply brushed it off as something instinctive. Kiwani credits adrenaline to what has become his norm of congratulating and engaging his colleague athletes following the end of his races. I am Gerard Joseph for GBN News.
If you are not practicing ways to save energy and cut down on electricity costs, now is the best time to do so, as Minister for Finance Gregory Bowen announced that the rising gas price may affect our incoming bills. We get more in this report.
Finance Minister Gregory Bowen told journalists that consumers will see an increase in their electricity rate as a direct result of the rising price of oil on the international market.
With the model for pricing, where you do have the fossil fuel, is that that's the fuel surcharge, as the price from the external suppliers increase, there is a factor in the formula, so that increase is passed on to the consumers. And if it drops next month, you use a 3-month rolling average in many instances, then it is dropped. That is so that you not get hit by the immediate effect. You will average it out over 3 months and it will go up and down to the consumer. So as prices rise now, yes, you'll see that reflected in your electricity bill.
The increase comes 7 months after the ruling administration regained control of the electricity company from the Miami-based WRB Enterprises. The government said at the time that Grenada could now move forward with the much-needed reform of the electricity sector. Several stakeholders welcomed the move, touting the possibility of a decrease in electricity rates. In late December, we spoke with Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Barry Collimo, who expressed confidence that rates could go down.
If managed in the right way by the government, this agreement that the government has reached can be the most single transformational action taken in terms of reform and growth of the tourism sector. It is indeed, again, if managed in the right way, and we hope it is, and we hope that it leads to a reduction in the cost of energy.
He cited the need of a reform of the electricity sector.
Diesel electric generation is one of the most expensive ways to generate electricity. And Grenada, with all its potential with solar and wind and geothermal and other forms of energy, I am sure that we can definitely look at getting out of that very expensive diesel generation and getting into more modern and clean forms of energy generation.
Finance Minister Gregory Bowen is hoping that the increase will not be a permanent fixture.
That you'll see the fossil fuel producers dropping the price so as to put a spoke in the wheels of renewable. Right, so the feeling is that this would not go on for a long period.
Grand Lake manager Colin Cover said in an interview last week that the hike in rates could not be avoided and that there could be further increase on the world market. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
The recent detention and deportation of 2 groups of Vincentians who entered Grenada illegally has brought the issue of CARICOM integration into sharp focus. Reports of unauthorized entry increased following the developments at the La Soufrière volcano. There were allegations that a boatload of persons landed on the Carenage, but that was never confirmed by police. However, they have made public the arrest and detention of at least 6 persons from the neighboring island who were taken to court and deported. As Krista Campbell reports, freedom of movement aside, there is concern that some Vincentians enter Grenada to conduct illegal activities.
A senior Immigration Department official has been quoted as saying that there has been a significant increase in the number of illegal migrants from St. Vincent and the Grenadines entering the country. This has become a major concern because of the continuous rise in community spread of COVID-19 in the neighboring island in recent months. In the month of June, 2 Vincentian nationals were arrested and charged after they entered the island without adhering to stipulated entry protocols. Siblings Laverna and Leslie John landed at Victoria St. Mark after traveling on a speedboat and were subsequently detained by immigration authorities. Some have questioned the possibility that the Vincentians who have been arriving here were displaced by the eruption of the La Soufrière volcano, which showed signs of activity the latter part of 2020. Operating on that premise, there have been calls for the authorities to take a closer look at how they deal with persons arriving here from St. Vincent. In late June, the subject of illegal immigrants traversing the various Caribbean islands came into sharp focus on GBN's Beyond the Headlines, which featured Guyana's Dennis Strabal and other media practitioners.
The question really has to be looked at from all angles. On the one hand, you have the free movement aspect. On the other hand, you have the people smuggling aspect.
Garfield Bufford of the Antigua Broadcasting Service thinks it's time that the Caribbean community examines the whole issue of freedom of movement.
We've paid lip service to the whole idea of regionalism. To us, it is an ideal, but when it comes to putting it into practice, that becomes another issue altogether. People essentially go to their narrow, a kind of self-interest, a kind of parochial self-interest.
Bufford and Strabal did not reference the Vincentian Grenada scenario, but focused on the trials and tribulations faced by Haitians who tried to get out of the country because of economic hardship. Reflecting on whether the influx of Vincentian nationals should be viewed within the frame of freedom of movement as provided for through CARICOM, a senior police official told GBN that he disagrees with that notion. He pointed to GBN to the fact that the government of Grenada has extended a hand to Vincentians who were displaced by the La Soufrière to come in through the correct channels, which included the provision of housing. However, he said that they have not seen any evidence of Vincentians accessing the service provided by the government. To the contrary, he said that some of the persons arriving here are on suspect missions, with drugs being one of them. The official informed us that they have seen instances of those coming here illegally and using Grenada as a transshipment point for drugs destined for other countries. In his mind, the issue of freedom of movement within the CARICOM frame becomes a moot point. Krista Campbell, GBN News.
This is news at 7. Coming up, more than 2,000 e-learning devices to be distributed to primary school students next week. Stay with us.
Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot and get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life. Take your shot, take your shot, take your shot, get back to your life.
A message from Republic Bank.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with flow. Easy win, flow. Easy win.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $15 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
There's a better way to beat the heat. Get an air conditioning unit at Quartz, starting at $1,199. Get free installation on your purchase. Plus, with Ready Finance, you can shop now and pay nothing for 60 days. Quartz, bringing value home. Conditions apply.
Ridgeway Residences, a modern, exclusive residential community offered by Ariza. Purchase one of our completely built houses or let us build for you by simply choosing your lot, choosing your home design from our selection, and let us do the rest. Owning a home does not have to be a frustrating process. For more information, contact Ariza Credit Union on 415-0994 or send us an email on info@ridgewayresidences.gd. Ridgeway Residences, hassle-free home ownership.
There is an auto repair center that is revolutionizing the way they do business. Presenting Premium Auto Services Limited. We offer wheel alignment, diagnostic scan, AC servicing, transmission fluid exchange, power steering fluid flush, just to name a few. We are in fact your one-stop auto repair center for motor cars, SUVs, pickups, buses, and even trucks. We're on the California Main Road and boast of a highly skilled professional team. We are trusted and highly recommended, and most of all, certified by Master Align. Visit us today or call 439-4000. Premium Auto Services Limited, your complete auto care center.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
What a story this would be for the Caribbean island of Grenada.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Welcome back. The COVID-19 pandemic has largely impacted the education system, with students of all levels having to adopt technology-aided education. The Ministry of Education has made an effort to equip every primary school student with an e-learning device and will be distributing once again to students in need. Over 2,000 e-learning devices will be distributed next week through centralized distribution centers within the different districts across the island. So said ICT officer within the Ministry of Education, Jervis Dabrio. Dabrio said this is an opportunity for students who may not have received a device during the first distribution to get started on their e-learning journey.
This time we're not going to the different schools. We're doing it from centralized spaces, and we're also extending the hours to accommodate the working parents who are not going to be able to come between 8 and 4 or 9 and 4, that sort of thing. So we're looking at distributing from 10 to 5:30 in the evening.
He explained the process for parents.
First thing you need to ensure you have is your receipt. If your child is part of the school book program, then you have to pay $25 at the revenue office. If the child is not in the book rental program, it's $50. So ensure that you have that. When you get to the center, you will have to fill out the contract form. We identify the device. You have someone who will walk you through the process, ensure that the device is working. You get your case, and once you're done with that, you're free to go.
Referring to students who may own a personal device, W urged parents to still come forward and collect the available devices as they are a safer and more child-friendly option.
The device is doing on-device filtering. So when you take that device and you give it to the child, understand they are not going to be able to access pornography, certain adult content, even some of the content on YouTube is going to be filtered. Additionally, based on what happened with our device, you bring it to the ministry or you bring it to the school, we sort you out, we have warranty on those devices, so you do not have to hurt your head about that.
Another benefit, he said, to the e-learning devices are that plans are currently in place to have e-books available for the start of the upcoming school year. Friends bring you go, but they don't bring you back is a common saying in social circles. In tonight's GBN's entertainment feature, Timothy Thomas cautions young people to be aware of friends and their influence. GBN's Krista Campbell has that story.
You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
The words there of Calypsonian Merchant. His lyrics may not have been viewed against the backdrop of the common buzz theme these days, that of peer pressure, but as we look back on it, Merchant was indeed onto something. Peer pressure and social influences more generally are among the most powerful determinants of behavior. Some have measured peer influence through surveys that identified pressure as, quote, when people your own age encourage or urge you to do something or to keep you from doing something else, no matter if you personally want to or not, unquote. Some of the empirical work on peer pressure among teens finds some aspects of welfare improving in that there is more perceived pressure for peer involvement than for misconduct. Contrastingly, comprehensive reviews of the literature conclude consistently that pressures from peers, particularly best friends or close friends, are important influences on the adolescent's decision to participate in negative and sometimes criminal activities. Timothy Thomas, who goes by the name FNTS Tim, is a young upcoming dancehall artist. His name FNTS means from nothing to something. Thomas recently released the song Watch Them, which puts the issue of peer pressure under the microscope.
Careful with your friends, them are. Friend bring you go, them never bring you back. Can't even bother trust people, them a kill you like slow poison. Yeah. Careful with your friends, them are. Friend bring you go, them never bring you back. Can't even bother trust people, them a kill you like slow poison. Yeah.
In a brief written correspondence to the GBN, FNTS mentioned that he produced his musical piece to admonish the youth to be careful who they call friends and to keep their eyes open for those who don't always want the best for them.
Watch them, straight disappointment, some stay in me on a lane.
FNTS Tim, through his musical release, is demonstrating to the youth that they can be a great influence not just through words, but also through talent. Krista Campbell, GBN News.
And now we turn our attention to what has been creating a buzz on social media. Let's take a look around the platforms. This is Social Buzz, where we shine a light on the thoughts and concerns of our online audience. No surprise, the hot topic in GBN's comment section was Team Grenada at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games. Our online audience shared their appreciation for the athletes who represented the Spice Isle on the world stage. Cynthia commented, "Congratulations to all who represented the Tri-Island state of Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique. We are grateful. Stay blessed, stay safe." Glenroy wrote, "Congratulations and best wishes to Kirani and Lyndon for ensuring that Grenada remains on the world stage. Hats off to these real kings and the best for your future endeavors. God bless." Jillian wrote, "Congratulations Delroy Felix and Kimberly Ince. Well done." Aidan commented, "Congratulations, King James. I am so proud of you. My joy is full and running over with your performance. You have placed the Spice Isle on the map. It's not only your speed on the track, but your humility. You are a true living legend. Great respect from Barbados." Another individual commented, "Great job, Lyndon Victor. You've shown your strength and determination over the last 2 days, representing our beautiful country, Grenada. We're very proud of you. Congratulations." Desmond commented, "Congratulations to Peters and Lyndon with their hard work. Well done. Thank you guys for putting Grenada, our little paradise, on top of the world. Grenada has to fly high." And Amika commented, "I cried because I know Kirani went through a lot. And to see him in the Olympic finals, that alone is enough. And now a bronze for himself, his family, and his country. Well done, Kirani." That's it for tonight's Social Buzz. If you would like to have your thoughts and concerns shared, be sure to comment on GBN's Facebook page. From the thought process to the visual impact, it's time to take a peek through the GBN eyesore lens.
A good eye captures all. GBN eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Tonight's GBN eyesore submission features a specially shaped soursop. Our eyesore reporter said this soursop was grown in my backyard garden in Lansepines, and it was squeezed on the tree trunk. Somewhat cute, don't you think? Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Still ahead, Grenada's Solid Waste Management Authority embarks on an anti-litter campaign this weekend. This is News at 7.
Hubbard's big promotion is back. Live free for 1 year. Spend $50 or more in any Hubbard's department and receive a chance to win big prizes every month. Property or vehicle insurance for 1 year. Free internet, cable, and data for 1 year. Free fuel for 1 year. Free cooking gas for 1 year. Free electricity for 1 year. Free drinks for 1 year. Extra cash account and the big free groceries for 1 year. Promotion runs from April 1st to September 30th, 2021. Live free for 1 year with Hubbard's in association with Solgas, Flow, Grenadian General Insurance, Carib Brewery, Coca-Cola, Grenada Bottling Company, Grenlec, Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Dutch Lady Milk, Promo, Danny, and Supreme. Terms and conditions apply.
With a Digicel Prime Bundle, get double the dedicated Sports Max data to enjoy the greatest sports event happening now. Live in the Sports Max app. Get a 30-day Digicel Prime Bundle today in the My Digicel app. Digicel, better together.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Looking for a professional team offering around-the-clock, private and confidential nursing, medical care, and aid services? Then look no further. Nurses Care Grenada is a fully certified, insured, and licensed healthcare facility committed to the reduction and eventual elimination of healthcare disparities affecting the nation. Our registered nurses will visit you at your home, assess your condition, and provide the required treatment under the directive of a doctor. So why worry when there's Nurses Care Grenada? Give us a call, 406-3928. Nurses Care, reliable, trusted professionals we can all depend on. There is an auto repair center that is revolutionizing the way they do business. Presenting Premium Auto Services Limited. We offer wheel alignment, diagnostic scan, AC servicing, transmission fluid exchange, power steering fluid flush, just to name a few. We are in fact your one-stop auto repair center for motor cars, SUVs, pickups, buses, and even trucks. We're on the Calivini Main Road and boast of a highly skilled professional team. We are trusted and highly recommended, and most of all, certified by Master Align. Visit us today or call 439-4000. Premium Auto Services Limited, your complete auto care center.
Introducing Color by Sissons. 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 Color by Sissons.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with Flow. Easy win. Flow. Easy win.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $15 or more. Activate a prepaid plan. Switch to Flow or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with Flow.
Flow terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. The Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority has taken its anti-litter campaign to the western side of the island with two initiatives which are geared at connecting commercial waste generators and composting. Rena Pear Thomas tells us more.
The authority, in its efforts to address the impact of littering on the environment and seeking to curb the problem of a huge waste stream categorized by close to over 45% organic waste, took the opportunity to introduce composting to 15 young farmers in the Cloget community. The session, which was facilitated by Ms. Myrna Julian, the community officer at the Grenada Solid Waste Authority, featured a presentation on challenges in the waste management sector, solutions to these challenges, and seeking the support of all waste generators in helping to divert valuable waste from the landfill and channeling it to other options, including composting. The participants, who were mainly young men, were engaged in a practical guide to setting up a compost pile, maintaining it, testing samples, and using the final product.
So you can add animal manure at this stage, right? This serves to kick off the heat inside of it. So if you have chicken waste, from your chicken pen, right, you can put it in there, right? And then you can put now your paper, right? So if you have your cardboard and so on that is shredded, you wet it and you put it in the pile. Shred it and put it in the pile. The thing about paper is that if you are going to be using paper, you try to avoid paper with print, too much print, right? Because the print has chemicals on it, right? And if we're thinking about organic.
The initiative comes as the Grenada Solid Waste Authority observes Anti-Litter Week, which started on August 1st and ended on the 6th. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear Thomas reporting.
The Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority is walking through the doors of business owners on the western side of the island to sensitize them on proper waste management, giving them the opportunity to air their views on collection and waste issues that may affect them. More in this report.
The Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority, in collaboration with its service contractor for the parish of St. John, is engaging commercial houses in the town of Guave to listen to their concerns and seek solutions to waste management issues affecting the town. Citizens have raised concerns with how some residents and business owners would dispose of their waste and how it affects the environment. One of the property managers within the parish is Carlisle Salfully.
As a number of these small shops, they dispose of the garbage at night in plastic bags. However, with no bins available, we have a problem with dogs. There's a lot of stray dogs involved in particular. And maybe even if you have bins, they still go into the bins and they would take the garbage all over the place. And that is very unsightly. So I think a number of persons or different areas that are involved in the Ministry of Health or Agriculture, whichever ministry that are responsible, has to come together with the solid waste so that, a holistic approach.
Collection contractor Mr. Willen Mitchell and the street cleaning contractor Mrs. Lucille Francis were part of the team on the Wednesday walkabout in Guave to listen to the issues and have these addressed. Some of the concerns raised was specific to catering to the disposal needs of some small business outlets and the seeking compliance to the management and disposal of commercial waste.
The disposal passes by, let's say, 8:50. A lot of places not even open as yet. Yeah, right. We're not even open as yet. We're not even here as yet. So what are we doing with our garbage? We cannot put it out in the evening. We close at 6.
All right, good. You can set up a nice little garbage area, right?
Yeah.
Where you hang it up.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
And you go to it nice.
All right.
No dogs cannot get to that.
Why was it the bins moved from the location, especially one by the markets?
One is that there were frequent fires. People said they'd been on fire, and that the fire service had to respond to fires there, and so that was a threat for the market, right? Then plus we had large quantities of commercial waste being dumped there in terms of boxes and so on, and that's not what the bin is intended for. It's small quantities of waste. Then with the constant presence of waste there, we also had a problem of rat infestation, and you don't want a rat infestation where you have fresh produce being sold.
The community outreach as part of the observance will continue to the end of the week with visits to the town of Victoria and Surtees. For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Stay with us. The weather and sports are up next.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom,
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
Valley Pharmacy offers both wholesale and retail pharmaceutical and over-the-counter products. We have the most competitive and affordable prices. We are the agents for Vit Plus multivitamin for healthy everyday lifestyle and Sanatogen powder. Hills and Valley Pharmacy supplies the best quality, name brand clinical products such as Rescue Oil, Bio Oil, Neutrogena, Aveeno, and Clarisil. We offer the most convenient opening hours. Our telephone numbers are 435-6904 or 6903. Remember, at Hills and Valley Pharmacy, your health is our business. We care.
Now open Hills and Valley Medicare Center. Center, your one-stop for medical supplies, massage therapy, physiotherapy, and an in-house physician. At Hilton Valley, your health is our business.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 418-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our two convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Keeping an eye on the weather, this is GBN. We've got you covered.
Tonight's weather forecast mainly fair at first, becoming partly cloudy at times with brief light to moderate showers. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to east-northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Seas moderate, waves up to 6 feet in open water. Tides will be low at 8 p.m. and high at 2 a.m. On Saturday, the weather forecast will be partly cloudy and with brief light to moderate showers, becoming fair at times. On Sunday, partly cloudy to cloudy and windy with light to moderate showers, which may become heavy at times. And on Monday, partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy and windy with light to moderate showers, which may become heavy at times with a low chance of thunder. Good evening, sporting fans. While the attention was on Grenada's competitors at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games, another Grenadian athlete has been burning the tracks at the Amateur Athletic Union Junior Olympic Games in Texas. Nazio John, 18 years old, is into the finals of the men's 200 meters on Friday and the 100 meters on Saturday.
The 200, I want to go for the national record. I want to run 20.4, and I know the field is perfect for me to do that. The 100, I'll just be glad to finish. Hopefully I get the gold. I want to go at least a 10-2, maybe 10-1.
He was also scheduled to compete in Thursday's semifinals of the 4x400 meter relays and the 4x100 meters on Friday. He is going into the 100 meters final after winning semifinal heat 3 in 10.60 seconds and also has the fastest time among the finalists of the 200 meters with 20.80 seconds.
Aaron's example showed me that all it takes is just one good meet and you can have the best race of your life.
Okay. What would you improve in either of your races going into the finals?
For sure, I would have to improve my drive phase because I feel a little sluggish. My transition, everything feels good, but I know my finish, I'm really going to have to work on my finish.
John is preparing for the World Athletics Under-20 Championships in Nairobi, Kenya, starting on August 17th. Moving on to football, the GFA Under-13 boys competition, which was launched last weekend, will run for 5 weeks, in which each team will play each other once. The winning team will go over to Carriacou to play an Under-13 team there during the final weekend in August. GFA Communications Officer Nisha Peters tells us more.
St. Andrew Big Parish Stars, St. George Royal Cannons and St. Patrick Young City Strikers all walked away with wins in the first round of matches of the GFA U13 boys competition. The tournament was launched on Saturday at the Old St. George Park with 6 teams representing each parish on the mainland. Players were upbeat with the excitement of competing at this level being very visible. GFA Technical Director Jerry Alexis says the tournament will help the GFA identify talent early for the Caribbean Football Union and CONCACAF levels.
One of the objectives of this competition basically is for us to look at U15 players that is basically going to play in the CFU competition next year and eventually is going to play in the CONCACAF U15 the following year. So we saw the initiative, we assess it, we look at what is happening to our senior players and we look at the quality that we are getting at the senior level, and we believe now if we can start this and we can push them in the right direction, developing the proper technique and the proper discipline and the proper attitude at this level, then eventually footballing grade will grow.
GFA Director for St. Mark, Wayne Francis, and Director for St. Patrick, Justin Noel, says the U13 competition is a major step in the right direction for the organization in developing players at a younger age.
We're starting the U13 now. Next year, CFU will be having a U14. So we're looking at these players now who are U13 to be the ones that will be participating in the U14 on the CFU. And then the following year there'll be a U15 competition. So they'll be starting earlier to represent Grenada. Yeah? Right. So I think that's the essence of it. But we also would want to start them even earlier, because I think we're going to be starting a U10 as well.
I believe the strength of any club or team or country football lies in the grassroots program, really and truly. And with a tournament like that, I think it has been long overdue, and it's a pleasure to see it being kicked off here at the Old St. George Park.
Match 1 was keenly contested by St. John's Dolphins and St. Andrew Big Parish Stars. In the end, St. Andrew was triumphed 3-2. Scoring for the Dolphins were Amiluk Stanislaus and Kiwani Francis, while Delron John scored all 3 goals for the Big Parish Stars.
Still with the GFA Under-13 boys competition, here is some more on what would have transpired at the opening weekend.
Team manager of the St. Andrew Big Parish Stars, Alec Andel, and manager for the St. John Dolphins, Esther Valcine, says the tournament is a great initiative.
I think it's a really good initiative because at that level in a player's career, I think that's when they have to start getting involved in, competitive football. And I think that was something that has been lacking here over the years. So I think it's a really good initiative in order for these young players to develop.
I think starting at that age, as a mother of 2 football players, it's a very good initiative for them. Starting at that age, build them up from there. They could grow into it. They will know the game better at a senior level. When you start at that age, when they start to train at a senior or even at a national level, you won't have to be teaching teaching them position and teaching them the whole format of the game. By then they know the game and they know they need to play. They will be able to play the game as a footballer.
Goalkeeper of the Dolphins, Tayden Bernardine, and Devontae Wilson of the Big Paris Stars says they are excited to be competing in the tournament.
I did not truly count how much stuff for me, but it was a really nice experience to play against other teams. The game of football is very nice. It teaches a lot of things, and I would like to go further and make it to the Champions League and stuff. Today I had a lot of fun. I started and I didn't end, but I still had a lot of fun. We won 3-2, and I'm excited to play the next match. My hope is for us to win, and I get to visit Carrickwood again and play and win, and all of us rise as one.
In match 2, St. George Royal Cannons held on to win 1-0 against St. David Top Strikers. The lone goal scorer was Joshua Telesford. The final match of the day, St. Patrick Crown City Strikers beat St. Mark Western Stars 3-1. Scoring for the Western Stars were Kimoy Fraser, while Raheem Rayburn, Kendrick Wellington and Nathan McIntosh scored for the Crown City Strikers.
That's it for sports. Our One Caribbean Hookup is up next. This is your One Caribbean Hookup. Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonsalves, was injured yesterday and hospitalized after being hit in the head with a stone during what can be deemed the largest anti-government protest the country has seen in years. The unrest follows Parliament's decision to amend the Public Health Act, which will make the COVID-19 vaccine mandatory for certain workers. Protesters gathered in Kingstown, burned debris in the streets, blew horns and chanted, "Kill the bill." The Prime Minister was hit around 5:15 p.m. while attempting to walk through the crowd and into the Parliament building. A statement released by the Office of the Prime Minister Thursday night said Gonsalves was recuperating under the care of hospital staff. His son then announced that the Prime Minister will be flown to Barbados for an MRI. Footage obtained today shows Gonsalves leaving the Queen Elizabeth Hospital in Barbados. The statement said, and I quote, "He has informed his colleagues that he is recovering and reaffirmed that no lawless mob will prevent him from doing the people's business in the seat of democracy," end quote. The statement also said that the perpetrator of the act of violence will be brought to justice. So far, one woman has been arrested and investigations are ongoing. Internationally, coronavirus infections driven by the Delta variant are causing more restrictions and frustrations across Asia. Malaysia is registering record numbers, while seemingly endless on and off lockdowns in Australia cause an uproar among critics. Al Jazeera's Florence Louis reports.
Hundreds of people marched on the streets of Melbourne on Thursday night as Victoria State in Australia entered its 6th lockdown since the pandemic began. Police arrested more than a dozen people. More than 60% of Australians are in lockdown on Friday, including in 3 of its largest cities, Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane, as officials try to stamp out an outbreak of the Delta variant.
I know that all of us as Victorians are fed up, we're tired, we've all had enough of these lockdowns and the restrictions that we're placing on our day-to-day life. But we know that it works. We've seen with the previous outbreaks that we can get to grips with this very quickly if we continue to work together.
In Malaysia, health officials say the Delta variant, which is much more transmissible, is now the dominant strain in the country. Despite ramping up its vaccination campaign and locking down the country for more than 2 months, Malaysia has seen a record high in the number of new infections and deaths this week. The government's failure to prevent the spread of the virus has led to calls for the Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin to resign. China too is trying to contain an outbreak of the Delta variant. On Wednesday, it tightened overseas travel restrictions for its citizens. Local governments have tested entire cities and locked down millions of people this week.
As long as all localities strictly implement preventions and control measures, this round of outbreaks can be basically controlled within 2 to 3 incubation periods.
Many Asian countries which had been successful in containing the coronavirus last year are now seeing an increase in new infections, driven mainly by the Delta variant. Florence Louis, Al Jazeera, Kuala Lumpur.
That's it for your One Caribbean Hookup. I'm Trellona Charles. Thank you for joining us. And now to recap tonight's headlines. Grenada's Olympic hero collects his 3rd medal in Tokyo Friday morning. Finance Minister Gregory Bowen warns that the rising gas prices may affect citizens' bills. More than 2,000 e-learning devices to be distributed to primary school students next week. Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority embarks on anti-litter campaign this weekend. In tonight's GBN's entertainment, we looked at the issue of peer influence. In our One Caribbean Hookup, Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ralph Gonsalves, released from hospital after receiving a head injury from the hands of a protester. And in sports, Grenadian athlete making his mark as Tokyo Olympic Games climaxes. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Trellona Charles. That's the news. We'll see you again. Good night.